Spartan hoplites, ancient Greece. The Spartan hoplites were the product of the brutal agoge, a training system that began at age 7 and sculpted boys into disciplined warriors capable of fighting as a single, unified wall of shields and spears. Armed with the long doru spear, the aspis shield, and the short sipho sword, they mastered the near-unbreakable phalanx formation, moving as one body with deadly precision. Their discipline was unmatched in the ancient world, allowing them to stand firm against overwhelming forces, as seen at the Battle of Thermopylae, where they held back a massive Persian army for days. Their legacy shaped military training for centuries and cemented them as one of history's most fearsome fighting forces. Mongol horse archers under Genghis Khan. Mongol horse archers were raised on the harsh steppe, learning to ride horses before they could walk and perfecting the use of the powerful composite bow capable of piercing armor at long distances. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, they became the fastest, most adaptable strike force of the medieval era, using lightning-quick mobility, coordinated hit-and-run tactics, and brilliant feigned retreats to lure enemies into devastating traps. Each warrior controlled several horses, allowing them to travel astonishing distances daily and outmaneuver every opponent they faced. Their mastery was displayed at battles like Khalkha River, where they destroyed much larger armies through deception and precision. These tactics enabled the Mongols to build the largest land empire in history and reshape warfare across Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Roman legions, the backbone of an empire. Roman legionaries formed a professional, highly organized military machine with standardized equipment, strict discipline, and unparalleled engineering support. Armed with the gladius, pilum, and the large rectangular scutum shield, they fought in flexible formations that adapted to any enemy. Their ability to rapidly construct fortified camps, roads, and siege works gave them strategic advantages no ancient army could match. This combination of discipline, organization, and tactical flexibility allowed them to win decisive engagements like the Siege of Alesia, where Caesar's legions built massive defensive structures to encircle an entire city while simultaneously fighting off a relieving army. The legions became a blueprint for modern military organization and helped sustain an empire that shaped Western civilization. Ottoman Janissaries. The Janissaries were elite infantry formed through the Devshirme system, where Christian boys were taken, converted, and trained from childhood to become fiercely loyal soldiers of the Sultan. They were among the first units in the world to master firearms, combining early muskets with disciplined close combat skills and rigorous battlefield coordination. Their loyalty, organization, and firearm proficiency gave the Ottoman Empire a military edge that shocked Europe, especially during the fall of Constantinople, where Janissaries led the decisive assault that finally breached its ancient walls. For centuries, they acted as the empire's shock troops, feared for their discipline, precision, and unwavering obedience. Samurai, the warriors of Japan. Samurai warriors formed the backbone of Japan's feudal military system, trained from youth in swordsmanship, archery, horseback riding, and strategy, all guided by the strict moral code of Bushido, the way of the warrior. They wielded the iconic katana, the long yumi bow, and a variety of spears and polearms, making them versatile fighters in both ranged and close combat. Samurai warfare was defined by discipline, honor, and tactical intelligence, demonstrated in decisive battles such as Sekigahara, which determined the political future of Japan for centuries. Their influence extends far beyond their era, shaping martial arts, military ethics, and Japanese culture itself. Gurkhas, better to die than be a coward. Gurkhas from Nepal gained legendary status for their ferocious courage, exceptional stamina, and mastery of close-quarters combat with the feared kukri blade. Serving in the British and Indian armies, they proved themselves in some of the toughest terrains on Earth, from dense jungles to steep mountains, excelling in stealthy ambushes and aggressive frontal assaults. Their battlefield reputation is reinforced by their remarkable list of valor awards, including 13 Victoria Crosses earned through extraordinary acts of bravery during conflicts such as World War II. The Gurkhas are respected worldwide for their fearlessness, discipline, and loyalty. Zulu Impi, Shaka Zulu's masterpiece. Shaka Zulu revolutionized warfare in southern Africa by transforming traditional tribal fighters into a disciplined, well-organized military force. He introduced the short stabbing spear called the Ikwa, large cowhide shields, and the devastating bull-horn formation, where the chest pinned the enemy while the horns encircled them. Zulu regiments drilled relentlessly and moved with astonishing speed, allowing them to overwhelm enemies even when outgunned. Their shocking victory at Isandlwana, where they destroyed a modern British force armed with rifles and artillery, remains one of the most dramatic examples of their effectiveness. Shaka's innovations reshaped African warfare and remain influential to this day. British SAS. Who dares, wins. The British SAS was created in World War II to conduct deep penetration raids behind enemy lines in the North African desert, using stealth, mobility, and surprise as their main weapons. Over time, the SAS evolved into one of the world's premier special operations forces, specializing in counterterrorism, intelligence gathering, covert reconnaissance, and precision hostage rescue missions. Their legendary actions, such as the Iranian embassy siege in 1980, showcase their ability to plan and execute surgical strikes under extreme pressure. Their selection process is one of the toughest in the world, and their tactics influence the creation of elite units such as U.S. Delta Force. U.S. Navy SEALs. The U.S. Navy SEALs, formed in 1962, are trained to operate in the most dangerous environments, sea, air, and land, making them one of the most versatile combat forces on the planet. Their training regime, especially the infamous BUDS program, pushes candidates to the edge of human endurance. SEALs excel in underwater demolitions, high-altitude insertions, covert infiltration, and precision raids, with operations like the mission that killed Osama bin Laden demonstrating their efficiency and skill. Their ability to adapt to any terrain and execute high-risk missions with precision makes them one of the deadliest modern units. Israel's Sayeret Matkal. Sayeret Matkal is Israel's most elite special operations unit, specializing in deep reconnaissance, intelligence gathering, and high-risk counterterrorism missions. With an extremely selective recruitment process and training that focuses on stealth, speed, and precision, the unit has conducted some of the most daring missions in modern history. Their most famous operation, the Entebbe Raid of 1976, involved flying across Africa to rescue hostages in a flawlessly executed assault that stunned the world. Their emphasis on intelligence, meticulous planning, and rapid execution has set a standard followed by special forces worldwide.